Hey, my dudes, welcome back. I've got a quick update on the old Ele Shaman after last week's guide video. Shortly after that, Blizz decided to release some class tuning changes. So we're going to have a quick look at them today. We'll see how that's going to impact us, whether we should be worried. Is Elemental really dead, like people are saying? The short answer is no. It is still pumping just as strong as before. I mean, there's no doubt about it. We needed some tuning because we were overperforming like a beast, but we're still going to be massively strong. So let's have a quick look at the actual changes. So developers notes, with all the changes to Ele and Enhance, some changes were performing beyond our tuning goals. We've adjusted blah, 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 blah. So Farseer got some buffs. Ancestor Chain Lightning damage increased by 40%. Ancestor Lava Burst damage increased by 15%. Ancestor Elemental Blast damage increased by 15%. Now, I've had a quick test on this morning, and Farseer is still pretty weak, to be honest. So, unfortunately, it's still going to be not really viable in single target or AoE, but it's still looking really, really strong in PvP, which is nice. And then the big changes were Stormbringer. Arc Discharge now only grants 1 instant cast, Chain Lightning or Lightning Bolt. It used to be 2. It makes hardly any difference, to be honest, in my opinion, in my testing. And then Stormbringer Voltaic Surge now increases Earthquake and Chain Lightning damage by 5%, was 15. So 10% nerf to that beast. Yeah, that hurts us a little bit, but, you know, whatever. It is what it is. We'll ignore the next 2 for now. And then Preeminence now increases haste by 20% while Ascendance is active. We used to be 25%, so 5% nerf to your haste in your Ascendance window. I've not been playing with that anyway. I've been playing with the shorter cooldown of Ascendance, so that makes no difference to me. Ice Fury now increases frost damage by 200%, was 150%. So a random buff to Ice Fury and Frost Shock damage. So no one was using it anyway. It's not really going to force us to use it in our rotation, but it is what it is. It's helpful if when you move in, you know, keeps your damage going, but whatever. But then the big 2, the Echo Chamber now increases the damage of elemental overloads by 20%. It was 40%. So that was a big nerf. And Ascendance now increases the damage of elemental overloads by 100% while active. Was 100%, 150%. So that was going to be a big nerf as well. The Sham community kicked off and started crying, and Blizz actually listened and reverted those changes, which was amazing. So, you know, keep crying, keep moaning, and you eventually get what you want. Is the way to go in life, I think. So the nerfs aren't as severe as we thought they were going to be, which is nice, but they are still some nerfs. But from what I've been playing this morning, all it's done is brought us a little bit closer to other classes, really. So nothing to worry about at all. Enhancement, on the other hand, lightning bolt damage reduced by 10%, chain lightning damage reduced by 10%, and Stormbringer Tempest damage reduced by 15%. I've not fully tested enhancement yet. That's going to be in a separate video, but that could potentially hurt Enhance a little bit. But we need to test it and see how it goes. Okay then, so let's take a look at how this is actually performing post nerfs. So on single target, I'm still rocking Stormbringer with P-Wave. I've swapped from Preeminence over to First Ascendant to get that shorter Ascendance window. But if you haven't got enough haste, you can still use the Preeminence if you want to, because even post nerf 20% haste is still really, really strong. Rotation, still the same. Stormkeeper, Storm Elemental off cooldown into P-Wave, Lava Burst, Lightning Bolt spam until we've got Earth Shock available. Making use of your Ice Fury procs, and then consuming it to get that Ele Blast off. And the damage is still really, really, really strong. So Stormkeeper, Storm Elemental, get my racial into Ascendance, P-Wave, Lava Burst, got another Lava Burst, so Lightning Bolts, Earth Shock, oh, missed my Earth Shock, well, never mind, eh? And then just Lightning Bolt spam. I'm going to use that Ice Fury now, into an Earth Shock, into a Lava Burst, and there you go. Rinse and repeat, as always with the old Sham. And Dornagol, being Dornagol at the moment, has frozen my character. But there you go. You can see that the damage is, in single target, it's still pretty strong. Let's have a look at AoE. Now, for AoE, yeah, we've been nerfed, but I don't think they've hit us that hard. They probably could have hit us harder, but please don't do that. Blizz, if you're watching. So Stormbringer, as always, for AoE, and then we've just switched over to the Lightning Rod and Echoes of Great Sundering setup. One thing to note with Great Sundering is the buff from casting Ele Blast. It doesn't work from Fusion of the Elements when you consume it and you get that Ele Blast proc. It only works when you hard cast Elemental Blast. So you don't really need to be fishing to consume that Fusion of the Elements to get that buff in AoE, because like it just doesn't work. Whether it's a bug or it's an intentional thing, I don't know. Still make use of it if you need to move, because you know it's extra damage while you're moving, and you get an increase to your haste as well. But you don't need to worry about prioritizing it into the rotation generally in AoE. Nothing's changed with our rotation for AoE. We're just spreading Lightning Rod by, you know, hitting an Earth Shock or an Earthquake, alternating between the two. Definitely look at Luxthos WeakAura, because it helps you, you know, remember which one you need to press next. So if your Earth Shock icon is not glowing, you're going to use Earth Shock. If it is glowing, you're going to use Earthquake, which is super helpful. But yeah, the setup is exactly the same. We're going to do Stormkeeper into Storm Ele, straight into Ascendance, get our Racial off, get a Lava Burst off, some haste, and then we're going into the Earth Shock, Earthquake rotation, spreading our Lightning Rod as much as possible, fishing for those Tempest procs, keeping an eye on your refunds, on your Maelstrom, which can come thick and fast, which is especially fun with the lag in Dornagol at the moment. But you know, you can see the damage, especially from the burst, is still insanely strong. This is only 5 targets. I'm only 650 in eye level. So in M+, and I tested it this morning, you know, on a decent pack size, you can really be pumping still between, you know, 7 and 10 mil, depending on what buffs you've got going and, you know, what consumables you are using. So the bottom line is, yes, we've been nerfed. Yes, it's hurt, but you've not hurt us enough. That doesn't mean we need more nerfs. Please leave us alone. You've messed around with us so far this patch. It's still strong, and it's still going to be, you know, viable in pretty much all content. So I'm happy. I think it's fine. But, you know, let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Have we been nerfed hard? Too hard? Not hard enough? Do you hate Shammy and you wish we were nerfed into the ground, like a lot of people have said? Let me know. And as always, thanks for stopping by. If you've not already, be sure to like and subscribe for more content, especially around Shams. And I will catch you on the next one. Peace.